Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So I'm excited to have you back. And today we're going to be going over your Indigenous in America project. So I know that you hear the word project and you get terrified. Don't worry. You filled out that survey before break about what you are most interested in. So I designed the project based on your guys' interests, your feedback for me. So yes, it's still going to be work, but hopefully if you keep an open mind, you can have some fun with it, okay, and really make it your own. So as a reminder, remember before winter break, we studied Native Americans. We did investigations on the Trail of Tears. And then you guys ended with that pretty long, lengthy peer deck on Indian removal policy, focusing on everything from the actual removal of natives from their land, and then also bringing it into things like the boarding schools, removal of culture. So you looked at all of different aspects of Native resistance as well to this. So you looked at all these different things in Native American history through the 19th century. Now what you're going to do with this project is you're going to bring that to the present day. So thinking about what you have learned about natives in the 19th century, you're going to create something, and you get to choose what you're going to create based on some research you do, modeled after how you read the sources for your for your Native American investigations you've already done. You're going to do some new research, and I'm going to provide you the sources, so don't worry, but you get to choose which ones you want to read. And you're going to make something. So let's go over it right now. So this Edpuzzle is just to go over the project and get familiar with it. So the name of the project is Indigenous in America. And these are just the direction sheet. So this direction sheet is only these 2 pages because I wanted to keep it really simple. The first page has the directions. The second page is your rubric, so how you will be graded. All right. So this image here is just an example of how Native people still live today. And this piece of art created by someone in 2009 shows ways that Native people are still resisting their oppression today. So project overview, reading this right here in the gray box. Keeping in mind everything you learned so far about Native Americans through the 19th century, you will extend and expand your knowledge of Native Americans by researching a specific topic of your choice and creating an explanatory piece of art, writing, etc. There's a list of options to explain what you learned. So we're going to go through that. So getting started. So the first thing that you'll do when you're done with this Edpuzzle is you'll look at the steps for completion. This is always where you come back, okay? So step 1, decide how you want to work on this project. So what I mean by that, if you click the link for the survey, it's, do you want to do this by yourself, with a partner that you choose, like you already know the name of your partner, or a partner that I will choose for you. So if you choose by yourself, great. That means you're going to do the project completely by yourself. If you choose partner and then I will choose, that means you, right? So you already know who you want to work with. And then on the next screen, when you click next, you're going to write their name. Now, one important note, the partner has to be in your history class period. Now, if you think, yeah, I want a partner, but I don't know who, you can click that and then I will pair you with someone hopefully by the end of class today. So once you've done step 1, you move on to step 2. See, they're numbered. Decide your research topic. And here's a list of topics and sources for each topic. So when I say you have to do research, what I mean is using the sources I've already provided for you. I'm not going to have you go out. I'm not giving you enough time for that to do your own research yourself. I found the sources and then you get to choose which ones you want to use. So these are all the possible topics. The topics are in bold. So first things first, I did include 2 links that have like basic general information about Native people today that you're welcome to look at. But the most important things to look at are the topic titles. So here are the topics: reservations in modern America, healthcare and COVID and Native populations, like how Native populations specifically are being affected by COVID and other healthcare concerns, difficult issues facing Native populations today. So this one's a little bit broader, but just focus on like difficult things these people in Native America are facing today. Modern Native resistance movements. So if you're like, I don't want to learn about sad things, I want to learn about how people are fighting back, there you go. Historical trauma. If you really like the sad stuff, here you go. These are different traumas we didn't learn about. So we focused on the Trail of Tears and other aspects of Indian removal, but I put links here to items that we did not learn about. Again, those of you who want something more positive, here's Native resistors, people who fought back as a topic. Modern success and perseverance, again, a more positive topic about people living today, Native people living today who are having success in their life. Local California Native history. And then the last one, Native American art. So if you're interested in learning about current Native American music, art, dance, things like that. Those are all the topics. Underneath each topic is a list of articles. You will choose 3 articles that you're going to read. Some of them are videos, actually, so 3 videos that you'll read and watch more closely. So I put a bunch under each topic. You get to choose. So going back to our directions, step 2 is you decide your topic and then you complete another survey. So this survey looks very similar. I work in this project with a partner, so let's just pretend that I put, no, I'm working by myself. It's just going to ask me to choose my topic. You only get to choose one. And again, it's the same topics that were listed on this pink sheet here. Okay, moving back to the project directions. Again, you don't have to memorize all this. All I'm doing is going through the steps for completion. The next step, it says complete research notes document. And you'll find that in Google Classroom. Okay, it looks just like this. So you put your topic here, and this is when you start reading your sources. So you're going to put your link to your source, the source title, author, source. And again, you're not Googling your topic. Where do you get these sources? You get them from, You get them from right here. Okay, so if you chose healthcare, co-vivid, and data on populations, you have to choose 3 of these sources to use. You don't have to choose all of them. I recommend opening all of them to see what they look like. You have to choose 3 of them. Some of the topics have mostly videos, like this one, reservations in modern America, is only videos. So if you don't want to do videos, don't do this topic. If you do like videos and you don't want to read, this will be a good topic to do, right? So your research document, you're filling it out based on the sources that I already found for you. This one, what did you learn about your topic from the source? I don't want just a quick sentence. You need at least 5 bullet points. It should be your own words, not copied and pasted. I'll repeat that. This should be your own words. I learned, what did you learn? 5 different things. Then this is where you can copy and paste. Choose a memorable quote from the source. Even if your source is a video, go back to a point in the video that really affected you. So what I mean by memorable is just something that sticks out to you. And you'll do that same process again with another source, and the same process again with a third source. So 3 sources. And then, like always, I'm going to go back to my project directions and say, okay, I finished step 3. Now what's step 4? Step 4 says, plan your project. Based on what you learned in your research, decide how you are going to demonstrate what you learned about your topic. Are you going to make a website, some slides, artistic creation, podcast, or video documentary? See requirements for each option here. So this is where I give you the requirements for the project options. So again, you get the choice. Are you going to make a website, a slideshow, some sort of artistic creation, a podcast, or a video documentary? The criteria, like your requirements, are listed under each. I have included right here in this link examples from past students of what each of these could look like. I have also included how-to videos for each of these right here. So if you decide, yep, I want to make a website, but I have no idea how to do that, don't worry, I made a how-to video to get you started. Yes, I want to make a video, but I have no idea how to do that. Don't worry, I made a how-to video to help you get started. So again, these are all your options. Don't just choose the one that sounds easiest. Choose the one that sounds most interesting to you, because you have to do it well, okay? So if you choose slideshow because that sounds easy and you're bored, you might do a really bad job and then get a worse grade. Versus if you choose video, even though it sounds harder maybe, but you're interested in it, you could get a much better grade. So choose something you're interested in, right? Okay, So once you've made your choice, you'll complete, yes, another survey. And in this survey, again, you're just telling me, what did I choose? Which one of these things? Okay. And then you'll move on to step 5, complete the project outline. So depending on which project choice you did, you'll have a different outline that I will post to you in your Google Classroom. Okay. So it will either be, if you chose art, it would look like this. If you chose podcast, it would look like this. If you chose website, it will look like this. If you chose video, like that, or slideshow. So let's go through each of them really quick. So art, you have the option of it being digital art or handmade. So what I mean by digital art is, if you look at the examples that I provided here, I think actually I have it already open. So I have a student last year who used something called vector drawing, and I put a link for you to show you how to do this, where this was for a different project, so not your same. So he drew all of this digitally, and it, like the shading in this man's face, all of this, this was his piece of art that he created, his digital art. None of this, all of these are things that he drew, okay? Except for these like little tiny symbols, that's okay. But the big aspects are the things that he drew. So when I say digital art, I don't mean something that you just randomly copy and paste on the internet. I mean something you make yourself. Handmade art would be, again, like a drawing that you do. How will you turn that in? You'll take a picture of it. If it's digital art, it's easy to turn in, right? Again, only choose art if art is something you like to do, right? Don't choose art because you think it's going to be easy. It's not. Art is really hard if you're not an artist. So if you think, I hate drawing, I hate being creative, then don't choose this, okay? Remember, your artistic creation doesn't have to be a visual art. It could also be a song you compose. But if it's a song you compose, you got to play it for me. I've got to hear it, okay? And then also, it could be a song that you write. So if it's a song that you write, I want to see the full lyrics out, and it could be poems. Those are all parts of art. Podcast. So a podcast is an audio story. So I gave you an example of a podcast that I really like for you to listen to. The outline here is very general because basically it's like, tell me your story. What did you learn? How are you going to make this story interesting? Okay. Next, website. Again, this outline's a bit more specific. For your website, has to have a homepage, subpages, including a works cited page. So there's directions there. Project outline for the video, that's right here. And then project outline for the slideshow is right here. Now, again, if you need help on how to do any of these things, I made these how-to videos. So you don't need to feel like you have to suddenly be an expert in these things. You're learning it and you're creating this project. Don't worry, okay? All right, so after you have completed the project outline, you're then going to, that's right, do the project, right? So I've done all this work for you and making the notes document, helping you to outline it. Then you just have to get started in actually making your project. Using your research notes, using your project outline, you're going to complete your final draft. Remember, you can always watch the how-to videos. Remember, you must fulfill all the criteria that's listed in the project options document, and then don't forget to check the rubric. So we're going to be working on this for quite some time in Google and in class every single day. You're always welcome to work on it outside of class, but I'll be giving you time in class most for a while here. So I have it that it's going to be due next week, but we'll see how it goes if we need more time. All right, everyone, thank you for listening. If you score below an 80% on this ed puzzle, I'm going to make you do it again because that means you weren't paying attention. It's really important that you pay attention to this, obviously. All right, so now what you need to do is get to work on, that's right, step 1.